HooHooHooRobin.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Once again, Stacy Keach with the intro. Thank you.
And isn't that great?
That thing is getting rave reviews. Holy
Keach.
crap. And then you get our voices.
Hi, good morning.
Our weak little voices.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
We'll never get a phone call to do a cartoon voice, right?
Not the Stacy Keach voiceovers.
Hell no.
Those things are great. I remember him from a little show in the 70s called Carib.
He talked about Carib.
Did he talk about Carib?
Oh, you weren't here when he was in. That's right.
No.
Yeah.
He talked about the Carib.
Carib. It was him in the Caribbean.
I think he joked about it, right? I don't think he thought that was one of his better projects.
Really? Did anyone remember it? Or was it just like, oh, Carib.
We talked about Mike Hammer.
Mike Hammer. That was a good one,
and
too.
his new show, Lights Out.
Lights
That's all we
Out.
know. And a
New
little
one.
And a little Up in Smoke.
That's right.
We did the basics with the Stacy Keach interview.
He was a genius in Up in Smoke. It endeared him with the younger crowd.
He certainly was no George Wendt.
Well.
I want another shot at George Wendt.
Or Lou Grant.
Oh, I like Lou.
Yeah. Oh, please.
I love the Lou. I wanted him to hate me. He was such a smug asshole
Job
that
well
day.
done.
Well, I've adjusted because at NEW I used to just go after everyone, and then me and you realized, oh, fuck, no one wants to do our show.
No one wants to come on.
So now I pick my spots,
Yeah.
and he deserved the beating he got in Vegas or L.A., wherever the fuck
He was a
we were.
lovely man.
Lou?
Yeah.
Lou was an asshole.
Oh, he was very nice.
And Lou believes in some 9/11 crap.
Yeah.
Hey, we never
of
played
course.
that disc. If E-Rock could find that, I think he took it back. But
He does. He believes in that shit.
he was on Adam Carolla's podcast, and yeah, he's a truther.
Well, good thing.
Good old
for the
Lou.
Truthers.
Lou's
Keeps us,
a truther.
keeps us gatekeepers in check.
You think he's liberal?
Just a little bit. Yeah.
He says-
Oh.
He's operating on the 1 yard line.
He definitely is.
I'm obsessed with that because Chris Matthews said he operates on the 40.
40.
He's just to
so
the left.
Full of shit.
So if he's just to the left, then a Lou Grant is on the goal line, I guess, trying to punch it in.
He doesn't operate on the 40. Too bad there's not a 70.
Yeah.
He's not on the 40, Chris Matthews.
Hey,
He's
man,
lying.
he told me he operates on the 40, so I believe him.
40. Please.
You want to hear Ed Asner? I mean,
I'd love to.
I don't know what the fuck we're going to start doing on the show today, so we might as well.
I like hearing Ed Asner talk about this horse shit.
From the Adam Carrolla podcast. We've been meaning to play this for a while, and here you go. Ed says he thinks 9/11 was a conspiracy.
Ed, what do you think?
You're going to get him started.
Uh-oh.
You're going to get him started on the
Not one
9/11
Jew in the
stuff.
building?
Okay.
What's going on? Conspiracy? Really? What's up, Ed?
What do you know?
Go ahead.
No, I just believe it.
What's the conspiracy part?
What's the conspiracy part?
Yeah, I mean that you believe in. Matt, you want to go out in the parking lot and put your head
They
under
did
a
it to go
pillow?
to war? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, these are all facts which are out there. If people would only take the time to stop and
Let's hear
listen. Rob Schneider said, Ed, I thought you'd know better. But I don't think he's exempted by any means, and so I preach it.
What? Let's hear it.
No high-rise has ever gone down by fire.
I love that gag.
Those buildings fell at the rate of gravity in 10 seconds flat,
All the shit.
or close to it.
Can we do a speed round, though, please?
It's just all
'Cause
of
the
this.
listeners have heard this over
I
and
know,
over
I
again.
know.
But the speed round.
It's all the same
Debunked
shit.
that really fast in less than a minute.
No high-rise has ever been brought down by fire. How about a high-rise that was completely based on steel and its structural integrity, and the fact that the fire was hot enough to soften it, not melt it into liquid. It didn't turn into fucking Terminator 2, but it was soft enough where it buckled. The weight of the building itself brought the building down.
And that
That's
fathead,
it.
Rosie O'Donnell believes the same shit.
Of course. Fire can't, she said, fire can't melt metal. It's
Right.
like, how do you think they make metal, you dumb fatty? They use fire to melt it and then form it into fucking I-beams
Into
and
shit.
shit.
Fire
You
can melt
dunce.
anything. Hot
Of
enough
course
fire
it
can melt anything.
Yes. How about the sun? Do you think the sun can melt? The sun has fire all over it. The sun's on fire.
Very good. All right, Ed Asner moves on.
I like the way this guy thinks. And did he serve in the military? The Civil War.
He's Boo Grant.
I hate Lou Grant now.
Oh, he's all right. He's just old. He sounds so old.
He does. He's just
He's
out of
funny
touch.
too in
And
MTM.
he's quoting every one of these already been debunked 800 times facts.
Whoa, he wasn't funny on MTM.
Marathon in the Morning, sure he was.
Oh, yeah.
He was
pretty
more of a
good.
straight
Fun.
guy
Oh,
there,
I know.
wasn't he?
No, he was great.
Ted Knight was hilarious.
Yes,
He had
but
some great
Betty
ways
White
to
was
just-
hilarious.
Yes.
But the way he would dismiss Ted and shit was hysterical.
Yeah.
He'd pull that whiskey bottle out of his desk drawer and just let Mary ramble on about an idea and then just tell her no
I
and
thought
have
he
her
was-
walk out of the office.
Dude, he was hilarious.
It was really funny in that.
Hey, girl, you're spunky. Thank you. I hate spunk.
Spunk.
I might have to go back and watch the MTM.
Yeah, he was great.
Murray was the one who had nothing.
Yeah, he threw out an occasional stupid line.
Yeah.
Gavin McLeod had shit.
Murray was just the proverbial straight guy, the other guy they needed in the room.
And Rhoda.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Rhoda.
Yeah, this video is doing well, man. Somebody filmed. It's all over the place. You'll find. Maybe I'll tweet it.
Oh, look out.
This fucking. I think it's outside Pittsburgh. Very, very steep little side street that I guess people use in the morning to
Packed
commute.
with ice.
Packed with ice, and somebody just sat there with a camera watching one dummy after another go over the top of this hill, realizing it's a sheet of ice, and then just sliding all the way down the hill. Look at this guy's trying to put a cone up.
He's trying to put a cone
So-
up. That's a good idea.
So other people won't go down the road.
Those are always great pieces of footage. I love watching sliding cars.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why.
Absolutely.
I have like
for
hours.
I have like an inner conflict watching that. Like one part of me wants to laugh like really hard, but then the other part of me wants to say, "What a fucking asshole! Go out there and fucking help these people.
Well-
Stand on the apex of the hill and be like, no, it's ice."
Fuck that. Getting some good vid.
The guy filming was definitely way too far away because he zoomed out and his.
You could say, yeah.
yeah. And then they showed a guy trying to get up the hill and he's just sliding backwards. I think he finally got
love
up
that.
there to basically say, "Stop coming down this fucking hill." All right, back to Ed Asner from the Adam Carrolla podcast, 9/11 Truther. Ed Asner.
Here's Ed as somebody who's done a little.
I don't want to take away
Nah, go
time
ahead.
from
This is good,
100
and I just want to see Matt squirm anyway. No, seriously, because here's how I know it to have happened. The I-beams that this thing is built of, they put fire retardant material on these I-beams. If you go into an underground parking structure and you look up, you see something that looks like it's had acoustic cottage cheese stuff blown all over it. Well, that's fire retardant because steel does melt at a fairly low temperature, and they put fire. Now, I had heard, Ed, that when the impact of the plane knocked a lot of that stuff off of these beams, and then when the Jet A fuel started burning, the beams melted. But to that, you would say what?
bullshit.
Really? Well, then who's behind it then?
Well, we'll never know from the type of
Well, who do
investigation.
you think is behind it?
I think that there is a certain area of government which probably participated in this.
Participated in what way? Turn a blind eye or actually participated?
Well,
I mean, in
the
a more
planes
proactive
couldn't have
way.
brought them down by themselves.
So you're saying that there were explosives,
Yes.
in the building?
Yeah. Why did Building 7 come down?
You mean the one that was not one of the World
That's
Trade?
right.
Centers?
100 yards away from the Twin Towers.
That one came down as well. Well, why would that one come down?
Well, I don't know.
But I mean, they put explosives in that one?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, 300 feet away is not that big when
He
you're
said
talking.
300 he said 1,000 yards, isn't it?
I think he said 100
He
yards.
said 100 yards.
Yeah, 300 feet. Not that far away when two aircraft hit two giant buildings and fuel and debris and everything else fly out all over the fucking place. Yeah, the building got severely
Plus,
damaged.
Wouldn't there be some shaking going on?
A little shaking, a whole lot of shaking going on.
You know what they
Which
forget?
could cause some structural damage, possibly?
Yeah.
It's the beams that were it's not just the beams melting, is they were hanging. The beams were built where the floors would hang on the outer beams and they only had like one, what do they call it, they would hang by?
Yeah, like a flange.
All right, one flange. Had they had two, they said they might have withstood it.
Well,
But
why
they
did
only
they
had
put two
one.
flanges in?
Because who expected
Oh, my
that to
God.
happen?
I don't want to
Buildings
know
were
that
there for a while.
I don't want to know there's one flange holding up a floating floor. Do we have one flange in this building?
No, but there was a lot of them. But I mean, if they had all been doubled,
Right.
they said it might have held out. But once that buckled a little bit in the flange and it snapped, then there was the whole thing, kind of like an erector set, opened and fell. It's not that
House of
complicated.
Cards?
Yes, I've said that many times. I was yelling that on 912. They called me the House of Cards kid.
You ever build a house of cards when you were little?
Oh, of course.
See how high you could get it?
Me and my friend jerked off in one.
Oh, boy.
There was 2 ways to do it, too. There was the very hard way when you were a kid, which is just take the cards and try to build a house out of it. And there was the cheating way where you bent the card in the middle and built it and angered your parents because they couldn't now play pinochle.
That was the game of choice at your house?
I hated pinochle because there were always pinochle decks around the house, and you wanted to play like 21 as a kid or any other game kids play, and it was just all fucking face cards. What is this? Pinochle? This stinks.
I don't even know how you play pinochle.
I don't either.
Or is it pinochle?
All I remember is a bunch of my parents and their friends, and they're drunk, and they're just like drinking and throwing cards down on the table and going like real hard, throwing it down, going pshka, just like da. That's my memory of my parents playing cards with their friends, flapping the card down, going pshka.
Were they playing for money?
Who knows?
Maybe they were playing to swap lives and
swing.
stuff.
They were playing a swing.
Yeah.
I have no idea what was going on back then. I don't know.
If I win this game, I get your wife.
I swear we're swinging. We're swinging.
More Ed Asner as a truther on the Adam Carrolla podcast.
But Ed, don't you? Here's the way I feel about our government. I don't feel like they're good enough to pull this off. And I feel like they're always talking. There's somebody talking at some point. Like, I'll give you an example. You know, when we went in, when Bush said, hey, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction, and thus that is our excuse to roll in there and take that place over. And then later on, we found out, well, it turns out he didn't have any of the WMDs. So why did we find out there were no weapons of mass destruction if our government is good at doing conspiracies? Wouldn't somebody said, hey, dig a hole in the desert, put a couple of barrels of mustard gas in there, and then Bush is not going to look like an asswipe, and then we're not going to look like asswipes for declaring war on a country because they had weapons of mass destruction that we never found. How come we couldn't even pull off that simple task?
Can you pause that right there? That's an amazing argument. I've said that for a long time, and I don't mean to say it's amazing because I've said it, but it's like such a common sense thing. And I had that was kind of my point with the guy who's the guy in Dallas who we like, but is
in Dallas,
conspiracy guy from Texas, where he's from.
Oh, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex.
I was like asking about that, but I was kind of asking about why not just do this? If they're so amazing they can pull this off.
They could pull off 9/11 without a hitch. And make everybody believe this, except for the certain few privileged, intelligent people that don't think it ever happened.
And to this day, no one has talked.
Yeah. Why not be able to just get in the middle of a desert that we now control, utterly and completely control, fly in some real nasty shit, bury it, like Adam Carrolla was saying, dig it up and go, ah-ha!
Here we go.
Oh, cocktail time, huh? Harvey! Harvey! Cocktail time. When he came in and saw the 2 drinks. Oh, cocktail time.
Best line probably in TV shows ever. Gee, I never knew Davy Crockett was so fat.
He couldn't say anything because he was so wrong.
And the kid was so small.
Having sleepies in his eyes still, and he's just like, ew, fat man.
But how perfectly delivered on live TV did that little kid hit that out of the park?
Perfect.
I never knew Davy Crockett was so fat.
Show still funny. Pow.
Well, there you go. Adam makes the same point there.
Yeah.
Let's see what Ed says.
Oh, he's got to come back.
Because it wasn't the same department of government.
Was it different?
Yeah.
The ones that aren't good at conspiracy.
That's right.
Don't you feel, though, that somebody's going to pop up on 60 Minutes?
No, they die too easily.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the one.
He is insane with this. Like this is, and he's one of the worst arguers about this I've ever heard.
He's very bad.
This is like I've heard some of these fucking truthers, man, where at least they have some kind of answer for it, even if it's the one you heard 1,000 times, the one you can dispel. Ed's just like, well, it's a different secret branch of the government. It's oh really? I like how Adam threw that one in. Oh, the one that's not good at conspiracies. Wouldn't they put the bestest conspiracy branch of the government on the burying WMDs? I think they would.
And finally, one more from Ed Asner.
To what's the upside of this? To be able to declare war?
That certainly helps.
But is there an easier way to do that? I mean, like I said, just plant some WMDs somewhere and gas a couple locals
and kill 3,000 people.
Well, no, I'm saying why go
and launch it in sufficient numbers.
I feel like we've started wars over less.
We have, but I think the people, in all of their stupidity, have gotten a little smarter. So you can't easily pull a Gulf of Tonkin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
it's got to be on a bigger scale.
Vietnam.
And the lying has to be bigger. The two chiefs of the 9/11 Commission have both stated that the CIA did not completely inform them, that they were denied information.
Yeah, exactly.
And my bottom
problems.
line in all of this is that this country, which is the greatest, strongest country that ever existed in the world in terms of power, supposedly had a defense which could not be penetrated all these years, waiting for the Russians.
See?
No.
They cannot handle the fact it was
all of
penetrated.
that was eradicated by 19 Saudi Arabians, supposedly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of them who didn't even know how to fly. One of the one that supposedly flew into the Pentagon did a 180-degree turn, which experienced pilots say can't be done.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He couldn't fly. That's why he couldn't fly. It was supposed to hit the fucking White House or the Capitol. Dummy.
Might have just got lucky.
Yeah. And that's another thing, the luck factor.
There might have been
so
some
many
luck involved.
luck factors and just shit that happens.
But they still only pulled it off 75%.
Yeah.
The last one fell.
The last one fell.
People forget, the passengers took once people knew what was happening, the passengers took the last flight.
You think that happened?
Was there?
They flew to Cleveland, were let off, and they're on vacation somewhere in Costa Rica.
You think there might have been a few guys that just chickened out, too?
Said, fuck this.
Fuck this.
Allah, I'm out of here.
I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the rest of this flight.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
There was only Zacharias Musai who was convicted. It was the 20th. I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
No, these guys were committed, man.
There you go.
There's one chilling scene in some show about the hijackers. It was a movie from their point of view. Not about, that they were right, but just showing you what they went, their process that day and how they got on the planes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the one guy just called his girlfriend. It was chilling. And she was a white girl.
Right. Yep.
And he's like, I love you. I love you. I love you. And she's like, what do you say? What? I love you. It was really creepy. And then he gets on a plane and fucking... But, she was like an American girl. A lot of these guys dated American chicks.
Of course they did.
It's chilling.
Where are the American chicks that they dated? They ever come out of the woodwork?
Yeah, I mean, they've been talked to. They had nothing to do with it. They were just chicks who liked big dick, I guess. And these guys apparently provided it.
Well, there you go.
I know, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's how we start today. Ed Asner, I don't know why.
Dumb Ed.
We kind of got to Ed Asner today, right?
Yeah.
From the Stacy Keach intro.
I'm glad.
But there's no argument. He had nothing. He's just saying things like, how could they have... That's not possible.
Branch of the government. What? Who? Where? What are they doing now? Is it still in existence? Where are they?
Yeah, somebody would have updated their Facebook status with, hey, I
was the guy.
I was one of the guys.
Oh, no, wait, according to that, sure, two of them are flying for Saudi Arabia Airlines.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
right. That's kind of a cool gig.
Wow, you're the guys that they used to pull off the big conspiracy in the U.S. Yeah, working for $75K a year here.
Yeah, this is great.
You're not.
Well, there you have it.
Such a crap.
What else is going on? Regis is retiring. We kind of broke that yesterday when it hit. And he's not sick or anything, right? He's just retiring.
I don't know. No one's saying anything except he's just saying he's done at the end of the summer, I guess.
Maybe his contract's up and it's just time to step away.
You think maybe a force out?
He's 79.
You think maybe a force out? Wow. They're looking, going
maybe the ratings are dropping slightly.
They're like, if we get some young buck in here.
Who, though?
With Kelly Ripa.
Because she's hot and she's, you know.
And Regis is, I got to tell you, and we've talked about this in the past, it's Regis's show, that's what it is, but that guy's pretty out of touch as far as, this century especially, and probably the second half of the last century.
Not as bad as Larry King was at the end, though.
No.
Maybe he wants to avoid all that horse shit.
Maybe he saw Larry and was like, I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, I want to step out.
What the hell's a computer? I don't even know how to work it. The foot pedal doesn't work, and my coffee cup holder won't come out. That old gag. I love the coffee cup holder.
What was that?
That was your disc drive.
Oh.
When you hit it and it comes out, look, it's complete with a cup holder and a sewing machine foot pedal. I love it.
What was the foot pedal?
The
mouse.
Oh, the
Put it on the
mouse,
floor
yeah.
and step on it.
Stupid.
I don't know. It's not doing anything. What's this little arrow? Oh, my God, I clicked something. It's hardcore pornography. I love it. He certainly would.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
I was just going to start riffing, but it's just too early.
Oh.
All right. When you're ready to riff, you do that.
I was at a site. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, little animals, hamsters.
Love hamsters.
There's a whole site dedicated to them. X-Hamster. I love it. I'm going there later. And my favorite color's red. And I go to RedTube. It's marvelous. I click on the little topics on the side. Trannies! Give me a little click through here. This is wonderful. I love the teens. You ever see teens? Well, look, somebody sent me an email. How do I get this? Look, a link. Regis, you gotta click this. Very important, okay? What the hell is a meat spin? I was invited to a lemon party.
A pumping party.
And a pumping party with Gelman.
I heard they referenced Lemon Party over the weekend. Was it The Simpsons, Family Guy, one of them?
I think The Simpsons.
Was it The
said something
Simpsons?
about Lemon Party, right? Yeah.
Maybe if we could find that, because Lemon Party is a classic.
Took
A
them long
fucking
enough.
classic, huh?
Took them long enough.
Yeah, I know. They seem to be a little behind these
I guess
days.
shit has to get really, really like known before they pop it
course.
on, or else people will be like, "What?"
Of course, E-Rock goes, it's The Simpsons.
Oh,
E-Rock
of
is the
course.
last remaining Simpsons fan.
Yeah,
Everyone else gave up on that show, I don't know, turn of this fucking decade.
pretty much. Yeah, I
You
might
still like The
catch it every
Simpsons,
so
E-Rock?
often.
Yeah, I still watch it. I still like it.
Homer makes him feel good about himself.
It's my idol.
Has it fallen off at all, or is it still funny?
It's fallen off for many years.
Has it?
Yeah. After season 12, it kind of.
Season 12.
Has South Park fallen off like that, or no? They stayed consistently edgy, right?
South Park's
It's
getting
gotten
better.
Better since the first season.
Absolutely.
What year is that in now? It's got to be 12 years, right? 15 years?
South
I
Park,
think it's in its 14th season.
Holy
That's about right.
shit.
'Cause my ex liked it, and that was, I remember dating in 99. Like, that's how, fuck, man.
That's
I was
right.
annoyed at it for liking a cartoon.
we were in Boston when that started, and that's a long time ago at this point.
Yeah.
How many guys write that? It's not just Matt and Trey, right?
I'm sure they get a whole...
It's Matt and Trey, and I think like 2 or 3 other people.
Yeah. Is this worth
Man,
playing?
those guys are good.
It's a quick chuckle.
All right. The Simpsons referencing Lemon Party, one of our favorite things on the show. Go ahead there.
Hey, Smithers, I didn't know you were a geezer pleaser. Having a lemon party?
Oh, a good old-fashioned lemon party. I call first squeeze.
Sir, we are way past your bedtime.
What do you think's better? You guys, well, I've seen only a couple of each. South Park or The Simpsons?
South Park.
I love South Park.
Yeah.
It's just funnier, right?
Yeah.
I like The Simpsons, but I loved South Park.
Simpsons was good for what it was when it was. It's just
of course.
Simpsons is just kind of over now.
Like
It
still
kind of started with The Simpsons in a way, right?
They still skewer stuff though, right?
Oh, yeah.
They do. It's just you could watch. I mean, Eric will back me up on this. I mean, I think you could watch The Simpsons in any like 3 or 4 year chunks, and it's a completely different show each time.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does evolve over the years.
I go Family Guy, South Park, Simpsons.
As far as your cartoon
As
goes.
far as the big three go.
I don't know any of them.
You don't know Family
No,
Guy?
I know. Like I've seen moments and they were funny. The moments I've seen were funny.
Peter Griffin's one of the funniest fucking cartoon characters ever. Ever.
That's debated a lot. People either love fucking Family Guy or hate it.
I like Peter Griffin over Homer.
Somebody made a
Bart.
really good point about Family Guy to me, and I can't watch it the same way anymore. Like I don't love it as much anymore now because I always think about it. And
They
it's true.
told you it was a cartoon.
No, someone said, Family Guy, they do make jokes and stuff, but a lot of times what they're saying, it's not so much that it's funny. They just kind of say, hey, remember this happened?
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to go, oh, yeah, nostalgia. That's really funny, and laugh about it. Like, they'll reference the Hulk, or they'll reference, just some old movie or some 80s movie, and you go, all right, yeah, that happened.
Reminds me of that time I was watching Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, but
then they'll be in front of the TV watching Gone with the Wind, and then go back. It's like, what just happened? So
it's like it wasn't like a real funny joke or anything. But that's and a lot of people criticize Family Guy for that. But I can't talk shit. I still watch it all the time. So.
South Park did a whole episode making fun of Family Guy, saying that all their writers was just two manatees in a tank, and they would take a noun and a verb in a situation and move the balls around, and that's what they wrote the story on.
It's pretty good.
I don't know what their stories are. Oh, I guess their stories are...
Because there's so many cutaways, they can't have a scene with... I think that it was a big deal once, because Family Guy did a whole episode without ever doing a cutaway. Like, because they just go to these random non sequiturs all the time.
Yeah.
And that's become Family Guy.
Okay.
What ruined Family Guy for me was our interview with Seth MacFarlane. He's like a fucking wet sponge.
But he was really good on that fucking Hasselhoff roast.
Was he?
Yeah, I think he did a great job hosting.
I think he might be one of those guys, and we come across him from time to time. They don't really respect radio. So they're like, they just wake up, roll out of bed, like, oh yeah, I'll get this dumb 3-minute, 5-minute interview out of the way.
Maybe.
He's not so much of a morning guy.
Oh, really?
Oh. Why would he put his fist in his mouth and tilt his head back?
So I think he likes to drink a lot of Jack Daniels.
Hey, man, you would become a hardcore drinker if you had a ticket for one of those fucking planes.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you go through
one
life?
of the 9/11 planes?
He was supposed to be on one of the 9/11 planes.
Yeah.
He's got the ticket to this day.
I guess his government work is a little more important now, if you see what I mean. You can't.
I would start a heroin habit, no problem. Or how the fuck do you go through life knowing you were supposed to be on the plane? And what was the deal? He got stuck in traffic or something like
just
that?
running late.
Whoops.
I wonder if it was drinking or whatever that made him sleep late. Who knows?
See?
But then every day is like a promised day. It's like I hate to say gift. It's corny.
Is that how it works?
But it's like if you see something that would have absolutely been your death. Like, you're like, hey, if I had walked out a minute earlier, that safe would have fallen on me.
But what year are you living at? They're bringing a safe through a window?
They absolutely do, yes.
With fucking block and tackle?
They do that all the time on my block.
Black and white people. Oh, the ice delivery man could be walking up the stairs with a block of ice for your refrigerator.
And there's a dog with a little black eye, and they're raising a piano as well.
Yes. A no blacks allowed sign could fall on your heads.
And yes, well, they can if you're in certain areas of Long Island, in Nassau County.
And this is the music that has to play every time.
I tried to cross the street.
Delivering a safe.
That Model T. The Model T almost hit me.
Yes,
thank God I heard the auga. Jesus, Jimmy. A fucking safe could have fallen
and
on
there's cobblestones fallen. Just want to riff.
I love that. Yes.
No, whatever the dumb example is. Or I would have been killed. Like, whatever argument you can have it yourself. Even a car accident, like, if I had gone out, whatever, I would have had that accident. But you never know, because if there's 4 of you or 5 of you in the car, you could have said, look, stop, I got to piss, and it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But on a plane, you can't convince yourself that that's what would have happened.
Yeah.
So it's like, you should be dead.
Unless he'd have been the big hero.
No.
Saved everybody.
Yeah, maybe that's what he thinks every day.
Come on.
I would have been the guy.
He could have entertained the hijackers with his Stewie impression.
Sure.
They'd have been like, I love Stewie. This is great. What the fuck?
You're the voice of Stewie?
Yeah.
Fuck, I love that show.
We cannot kill him.
Wow, what a weird start to the show. It's good, though.
It starts.
How the fuck are we talking about Lemon Party on
you
the
turn
Simpsons?
You turn the key, it just
See what
starts
happens.
up.
Betty White is 89. Her birthday just happened?
And she looks it. Let's
God.
calm down about Betty White.
89 years old.
Betty White.
Wow, I love Betty White.
She's funny, whatever, but
they're overusing her.
Don't talk about anything being sexy with her.
She's not sexy.
You said she looks good.
Meaning that she's still very funny, and she's still like...
she is very funny.
She's not a doddering idiot. She's still really good.
Fuck her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of respect.
For the story.
Oh, yeah.
Out of respect.
You would have to.
For her work?
Yeah, of course.
Respect.
Not everything's a sexy scene, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Just do it.
James Earl Jones is 80. I'm just babbling, sorry.
James Earl Jones is 80?
Yeah, there's a picture of him blowing out a candle on stage after driving Miss Daisy and Vanessa Redgrave.
He's doing that on Broadway.
I think so, with her.
80 years old. Huh?
80.
All right, here's one. Well, if we're doing fucking
Darth
birthdays,
Vader's 80.
Bingo Lodge.
Dolly Parton is 65. She should be way older than that.
She looks it.
I was a little fucking kid watching her on Johnny Carson and all that. She's got to be older than 65. Come on.
Let me see.
She's padding that age.
In 1970.
Did someone put Robert Palmer's birthday down here?
I know, I saw that.
Who the fuck made this up?
Who did that?
We lost the Robert Palmer.
It's like, who cares how old he would have been? He's not one of those guys like, how old he would have been.
He would have been 62, but we lost him a couple years ago.
And then after that birthday, you would put, like, when he died and shit, and how old he was then.
Travis is alerting me that he's made a boo-boo.
Travis. Maybe it's not the same one. Maybe it's...
Oh, let's do it.
Maybe it's the hockey player.
Let's see if there's another Robert Palmer up there.
It probably meant Arnold Palmer.
By the way, Saeed from Lost, there's a picture of him. Naveen Andrews is dating Barbara Hershey. He's 42. She's 62.
He's dating a 62-year-old
He's been with her for a while. Yeah, long-time girlfriend.
I saw Barbara Hershey on an airplane coming back from Los Angeles once.
How'd she look?
She looked pretty good.
That's old, though.
I got to tell you, she is old, but you know what? She, I guess, dyes her hair black or whatever it is, brown.
Yeah, but her pussy smells like vinegar.
It
has to.
It's got to.
It has to have
Yeah,
that.
that's old. That's old school.
You're fucking making pickles.
I don't know. One of these days, maybe I'll know what that old pussy smells like. God forbid. Because I don't know. What is it? What happens when it gets all dried and tuckered out?
I never made it into the 40s my entire life.
There you go.
I'm trying to think.
That's a
I
champ.
think I came close.
Never made it into the 40s.
I think I came close when I was in Rochester. I had a little fling with the business manager, and I was like 20. What was I, like 23, 24? And I think she was.
Yeah, pushing at least.
She was pushing.
Pushing at least.
We had a little thing going on.
Yeah.
That was the closest I came to a 40-year-old, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was probably like 30. That's the scary part.
Ew. Danny had a 20-year-old. Wait. Danny's 20. She was 42. And she had an 18-year-old son.
That kind of rocks.
Who I desperately tried to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, no shit. How embarrassing is that? How you doing? So
Yeah,
if you
I
want to
never
hang
wanted to-
out, then I'll go fuck your mom.
There were some awkward times where, we would take his car.
Did he know?
I don't know. I don't want to know what he knew.
Oh, that is
He had to know.
embarrassing.
I don't know.
and awkward.
It was not.
Do you know
comfortable.
when I did the Vale Festival in '95? I was like how old I was, and there was a bartender. She was glasses, an older woman, and she had a 19-year-old son. And we had some weird connection. And I took her into like this back spa area, which was closed, and I fucked her without a bag, standing up. And I said to her, I'm like, do you really have a 19-year-old son? While I was fucking her, she goes, yeah. And I came. It just how much older she was.
Wow.
It was so dirty. She got it though. She got it.
That is like
hot. She was great.
I'd rather have a parent that's closer to my age than a child that's closer to my age. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, I am.
It's like, okay, how old are you? I don't know if I believe it or not. I don't know if I've hit that mark yet, to where the parent is my age or younger than me. I don't think I've hit that.
I always dated younger because I'm just an immature dick.
Yeah, I'm immature, and there's plenty of time if you live to step it up a notch. Once you're 90, I mean, you're gonna have to step up the age limit there.
It all started when I was in high school. None of the girls my age wanted me. I was like immature for my fucking age, and when I finally became a senior, all the 10th
senior. No, you're not 65.
Right.
Oh,
and all the 10th graders all of a sudden wanted me, and that's when it began.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my first year of college wasn't that great because once again all the girls were my age.
I wonder if it's because I lost my virginity so early that I just perpetuating the whole thing. I think that could be it.
What do you mean?
That I'm not into girls like my own age and
part
shit.
of it is that they're very sexy. Girls are sexy when they're 25 years old, 20 years old.
Well,
I mean, they're hot.
Yeah, the sexy part is a part of it.
It's also a lack of wanting to grow up. I think for myself too. Like
it is not.
See, exactly. Like,
It is not.
Like they're your adult. But it's weird. It's almost like women who are like 19, 20, whatever they don't expect a lot out
I'm
of
talking
you.
15, 16.
Come on, please. You think I'm not thinking that as I'm saying it? I'm just trying to be,
talking code.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like 20 is 13 on Carvel's ice cream.
I have found older women sexy and all that, but I
Sure.
just haven't really-
There's a few out there.
I mean, when I was single, when we were off the air, and my sister set me up with someone my age that liked to play golf. It was the worst afternoon.
It sounds horrible.
It was the worst afternoon of my life because she was all excited because it was a blind date, and my sister really talked me up to her, and vice versa. And I'm on the putting green, and here comes this middle-aged woman in a golf attire.
Oh God!
And I'm like, and my sister.
Want a putter, Jer?
I either called her or she called me. Like, well, what do you think? She was all excited for me. I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind? What's wrong with you?
Was she wearing a little golf skirt?
Yes.
Like she was trying to. She was trying to sassy it up.
Nancy
for you.
Lopez.
And then she brought two of her friends
on a date.
Well, it was supposed to be this
yelling.
Cock and Block. Their names.
It was supposed to be this casual. It was supposed to be this casual thing, and by the end of it, because I like golf, she likes golf.
Yeah.
Then maybe we'd exchange numbers, and then all of a sudden, like the two girls take a cart. Now I have to walk with her, and we had a nice day. I wasn't
nice. You should have just made jokes at every ball washer.
Right.
How old was she?
I wasn't a dick to her. She was in her 40s.
What the fuck? It makes me angry.
Or late 30s. I don't know.
Boo.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Boo.
No, she's probably late 30s.
Did you hit her between the first and second hole? That old gag. I love that joke.
And then I have to wait for her, and then we have to walk up the fairway together, and we're just having small talk. And I did the right thing. I wasn't a dick.
Yeah.
And then we awkwardly walk out to our cars. It was Crab Meadow.
Oh yeah.
And now she's sitting there, and she had like a fucking BMW. She did real well for herself. And now she's awkwardly standing there, hoping I'm going to ask her for
a second
her number. And I'm like,
oh really? Just a number, not even a second date?
And my sister was working at a country club at the time as a bartender.
Bushwood.
So my out was, well, maybe I'll see you back at the country club there.
Yeah.
That's how I got out
See
of
you
it.
at the 19th hole.
I wasn't going to like ask her for a number that I was never going to call.
Yeah.
And then I never saw her again.
That was it.
Of course she can't. She's in a home right now.
She probably.
Who knows whatever happened to her?
Probably took her a little while to get over that one.
Dude, it was just like I couldn't even relate.
Yeah. It's just, that's what it is too. I can't relate. I can't really carry on conversations with girls my own age.
Oh no, I could
call me immature. I don't.
I could carry.
them.
I could carry on the conversations, but I can't even think on a sexual level.
And I'm talking like.
I could easily carry on conversations.
Sex is one thing. Kind of. I'm not even talking relationship, but there's a point beyond just sex. If two people are just having sex, it's one thing. And then the other thing is you're having sex, but you're also having a conversation, like maybe a night out with sex involved. It's that night out part, or just hanging out or something, that I can't fucking deal with, because I'm not I can't converse with somebody, a girl my own age.
But
very well.
you think a woman in her mid-40s wouldn't enjoy drinking till 2 o'clock in the morning while you belt out Sweet Caroline on a Tuesday? What are you talking about?
I've taken that off my repertoire.
No more Sweet
What do
Caroline.
you mean?
No, I've given it a rest.
You mean a woman in her 40s is going to want more than just you playing video games and screaming "fuck" and firing a fake gun at the TV while your friends vomit in the fucking fire pit? That's hard to believe in.
But we're all like that. We're all immature assholes.
I know.
I still do things that 20-year-olds do.
Dude, I'm having pictures of me and Ozzy. I'm going to get them framed.
Right.
It's two pictures from the same series.
Right.
I'm going to hang them up.
I'm not trying to be this guy. I am this guy. I dress like a fucking kid. I don't know how else to dress.
When I sit and try to talk, if someone's hanging out with me all night, here's what they're hearing. I will ramble on all night about commercials on TV. I'll do impressions of shit that just pop on the TV. Not trying to impress anybody. This is what I do alone. If I'm sitting there alone, I will just start rambling on about how I hate commercials, remembering lines. And I could say, it's for the show.
An older woman could appreciate that.
Sure.
She would know where you're at with those references.
She saw in the heat of the night in the theater.
There you go.
Yeah, it would take a special kind of woman to remember that.
I think you need a Sex in the City type girl, Ann.
That is my nightmare woman to be stuck with.
Getting back to the golf date, my sister also goes, yeah, she's hoping to, get married and have kids. And that's always been my thing. I always wanted to be married with kids. I obviously did it later in my life. So I'm sitting there on this date. I'm like, even if there's some spark that I knew the spark wasn't going to be there, but try to keep a slightly open mind. I'm like, even if there's a spark, I literally got to get engaged 2 days later, married in a month, and then attempt to have a kid, because she was already like...
Pull it out, quick.
She was already, I think she was 40.
The sexiest thing I could see on a 40-year-old is a fucking hysterectomy scar. That way you know, at least you're safe.
Yes, when you know that her plumbing right now is in a trash compactor, you can dump load after load in there, and that's exactly how you should say it. Well, madam...
You're full up.
By the way, Seth MacFarlane was hungover, and that's why he missed that flight.
Wow.
On that fateful?
Wow.
Not faithful. Fateful?
Oh, yeah, fateful.
Fateful day.
F-A-T-E, yeah.
Yes.
I've made that mistake for years.
Faithful?
I always say faithful.
Oh, and
it's not
everybody
that faithful.
bitching about their ages and shit like that. Just shut up. You all get laid. I don't want to hear it.
But they have a clock. Women have a biological clock that we don't have. They literally have to get knocked up by a certain age, or they're fucking,
or they're done.
They're worthless as a gender.
They haven't done their duty.
Exactly.
But we also picked professions, because Jimmy's got the comedy
modeling
thing
and
too.
stuff, sure.
Modeling.
Yes.
And, it's kind of a young person's business, so that's in your head too. You kind of try to stay young for what you do for a living.
It does. It keeps you in a constant state of arrested development mentally, I think. It gives you certain resources where certain responsibilities you can shun. Maybe you can blow off onto somebody else, where you can spend more time doing either nothing or fucking off or hanging out or just playing with your toys. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what the fuck boat I'm in.
Do you know where age comes in? And this is where I'll notice it.
Age?
Age
your
comes
ass?
in. Yes. When I get that call, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, I forgot. Age comes in arguments. Like when you start, there's certain things that you actually wish that, all right, if you were 30, this would be a little bit easier. That's a time where it can be hard. There's, there's the downside to it too.
Sure.
But fucking someone in their mid-20s is the upside. I'll take the unpleasant arguments over 50-year-old tits.
50-year-old tits.
All right, with that, it's not going to get better than that. We got a busy show today.
Yes, we do.
We got some Ricky Gervais stuff.
Yeah.
We got.
He lost a lot of weight, by the way. Did you see a photo of him today in the paper in the silver underpants?
Yeah, is that Photoshop?
No.
Buff.
He's got some fucking muscles on him. Last time we saw him, he was a doughy mess.
He's probably sick of being the fat comic, and
so he probably got a trainer and started.
Oh
eating
God,
well.
yeah. He's a millionaire.
Brett Favre, more fucking shit going on with him and masseuses.
Yay.
They're coming out of the woodwork.
Now they're saying when he was with the Vikings, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not any masseuse is going to say that.
That was his last team, the Vikings. So
yeah. But they were saying it when he was with the Jets. So I thought it was like...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Why are these bitches all one team behind? what are they going to... Now the Vikings shaking... Is it going to come circular? Someone's going to say when he was in college and then the Packers? Jesus. What, report it when it happens or shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That whole family's falling apart because then you got the sister with the crystal meth.
Crystal meth.
Oh, right.
What's wrong with that?
Man. Also, I don't know if we promoted this, but it's most embarrassing tape day.
Oh, my God.
Today, we're going to focus on the staff of the Opie and Anthony show.
Yes.
And then, hopefully, as soon as next week, we're all bringing in more embarrassing tapes of ourselves.
I know I have something that is just horrific. It is a song that was put out when me and my brother were in a band. It wasn't Rot Gut. It was pre-Rot Gut.
Wow.
When we thought it would have been good to write a little power ballad.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
Oof. This is probably the worst, most embarrassing song I've ever been party to.
Joe's probably listening now. Tell him to email it to you immediately.
Yeah, email me that goddamn stupid song. You know which one it is. I don't even want to say the name. Joe knows which one it is. It's just horrible.
Did you guys think it was going to be a big hit?
Oh, you did!
You were thinking BAB was going to pick it up?
This was when...
were you hoping for Homegrown?
No, fuck. We were going to go further than that with this one. This was a fucking power ballad, like, like they were all putting out back then.
Can I talk about Homegrown?
Every bad boy has its soft side.
Can I talk about Homegrown for a second? You know, obviously, I went many years playing music. And when I was working at BAB on Long Island, I was finally starting to get a really good show together. But I had to stop my really good show to do Homegrown every night.
You know,
not once
the local
a week.
Angle.
Not once a week. Every fucking night, I had to feature a shitty Long Island band.
Keep it local, man.
And make believe they were going to be the next Led Zeppelin.
Of course.
Every fucking night.
Your PD made you do that?
Dude, it was...
Isn't that great?
And not many bands have come out of Long Island in recent years. You know, everyone knows the biggies that came out of Long Island. You got the Pat Benatar, Billy Joel, Little Joan Jett, Zebra, if you really want to count them.
Oh, yeah. Tell me what you want.
Twisted Sister.
Is that Zebra?
Yeah, yeah.
The guy with the really high voice?
Yeah, Randy Jackson.
Eddie Money.
Eddie Money's up there, is one of them. But in recent years, nobody.
Yeah.
And when I mean recent, you know, when I was doing BAB, so shit, that's fucking 15 years ago, I guess. Something like that.
How many times did you have to play George Cintron?
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, that's going back a ways.
But they insisted on going local and playing local bands every fucking night.
Like,
we had a feature.
That's good. And you could catch these guys this weekend at Cheers.
I couldn't name one band I played.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Just bad.
What was the last band that came out of Long Island? Maybe somebody on Pal Talk knows.
Like a band.
Like a band that had a hit from Long Island.
God damn, it's got to be forever ago.
It's got to be at least 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
Is there one we're forgetting?
No, this place done dried up.
No one knows, right?
Is everyone saying Zebra? Zebra?
Zebra might be the last band that came from Long Island? Wow.
A band from Bayside. I've never heard of them, so they're not fucking...
Yeah, it's got to be one where...
It's got to be like a big fucking name band.
We name the band and everyone goes... Yeah,
Ryan Starr.
Ryan Starr.
Oh, Jesus. Well...
Dude, Ryan Starr is huge. He just played Webster Hall.
Was he playing Was he playing the shit clubs? Did he come up through the ranks, or did he...
Oh, I don't know.
Overnight success it?
E-Rock just said Another Color. No one knows Another Color.
What's Another Color?
That was a local Long Island band. God. What do we know from Another Color? Oh.
Ah, hey.
My theme song.
Does this go with the embarrassing tape part of the program?
Yeah, let's start the most embarrassing tape segment.
You would play this?
Every night.
You would play this?
Every fucking night.
Hi, BAB, who's this?
That wasn't me. Someone imitating me.
Did you get pumped when you heard this playing?
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy's got to rub it in so bad.
I'm asking you would.
Oh, yeah. Because it was a band that made a song about me.
People are going, this sounds crazy.
Idiotic and chaotic.
See ya.
Fucking E-Rock goes Another Color, and I have no memory of the band.
Wait, what?
And I forgot all about that song until today. Yuck. Yeah, every night, man. Got everyone pumped to listen to my show.
What hours were you on?
Started at, I don't even remember anymore, 9 to 1, and then they moved me up to 7 to midnight.
Oh, okay. Well, you were late night.
Yeah, at first, yeah. Dream Theater.
Dream Theater. Well,
is that the last band from Long Island? No, I mean, we nailed it. Ryan Starr is having some big time success. He's got a theme song on TV. It's touring all over the country. Just played a sold out show at Webster Hall.
You guys are forgetting Eddie Money.
You said
I
Eddie.
said Eddie Money.
I'm sorry.
I said Eddie Money.
These are all the bands from Long Island. Busta
Vanilla
Rhymes.
Fudge. Hello.
Art
What?
Garfunkel.
Wait, Vanilla Fudge was from Long Island?
Lindsay Lohan.
She doesn't sing.
Well, she tried to.
Debbie Gibson and Tiffany, who are going to be on our show soon.
Blue Oyster Cult.
BOC. Soft White Underbelly.
Taking Back Sunday, they're pretty big. They're more recent.
What?
Taking Back Sundays from Long Island?
Long Island where?
See that?
Let's see.
Wonder.
Amityville. They're my neighbors.
Oh, look at that.
Are they black?
I hope they moved out.
All right.
Mariah
from
Carey.
South Amityville.
Oh, Mariah Carey.
There you go. That's the last one.
Yeah.
That's the biggie. Okay, we forgot about Mariah, who actually went to my high school. I should remember that, too.
Brand New is a pretty big band, too.
Who?
Brand New.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they get to play.
Yeah. Okay, enough. Whatever.
Oh, my God.
This mattered for like maybe 200 people out there.
From merit.
We're going to take a break. Most embarrassing tape day. We're going to focus on the staff today.
Oh, boy.
And, yeah, we got other things, too. Stay there.
Robin.